Hi everyone, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie and I cover oily skin, hooded eyes, and beauty. So in today's video, we're gonna see if the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Eyeshadow Primer is the perfect fit for my hooded eyes and concealer. But first, let's read the benefits. This claims to be an invisible primer for eyeshadow and concealer that creates a smooth base and locks down color for up to 8 hours to prevent creasing, fading, and smudging. So because of its claims, I decided to put the primer on my eyelid for eyeshadow, my under eye area for concealer, my nose and smile line because eyeshadow primer is perfect for makeup longevity and creases. I tested this product out for 8 hours and I only put it on the right side of my face so that way we can observe its effectiveness. Now let's go ahead and talk about my first impressions and then we'll get into how it wore at the end of the day. So upon application, I normally wait about a minute or two for my skin to really absorb primer. But in this case, I have to wait much longer because this never really dried down. And obviously that's not very normal for most primers. So I noticed after I applied this on my eyelid looked very wet. And like I said earlier, it just wouldn't dry down and I could only wait so long. So I had to continue with the process and I applied my eyeshadow on top of this. And it was just really hard to work with. I couldn't really blend out any of my eyeshadows. Everything looked super patchy. And the way I was able to make it work was just to pat down my eyeshadow with the eyeshadow brush. And then I noticed after everything was done, it creased instantly. It has literally been like 2 minutes and already creased. So already we were not off to a good start, which made me really nervous about using it as a concealer primer. So this also made my under eye area look very wet because it didn't dry down. And then placing concealer on top of it just made my concealer look very textured. But the one good thing about this was that it made my concealer look much brighter and more vibrant. Now I wasn't too nervous about putting this on my nose because I don't have any creases, but again, it didn't dry down, but makeup applied on top of it pretty nicely. Now at the end of the day, I always have smile lines and eyeshadow primer does help lessen the appearance of those creases, but again, this just did not dry down. It was very wet, but my foundation actually applied beautifully on top of it, which is really weird. Now, because I was already experiencing problems with this eyeshadow primer, I was just a little bit nervous about how my makeup would hold up after 8 hours. Now, at the end of the 8 hours, my eyeshadow did crease and fade, but it was surprisingly less oily than the non-prime side. Now, the concealer looked a little bit better at the end of the day, but you can still see just a little bit of texture. Now it actually did a pretty good job on my nose and my smile line. There wasn't as much foundation transfer and you can barely see the separation on my smile line. Now for a primer that's $24 and claims to be multi-use, I just didn't get it to work for me. I mean, it did an okay job on my nose and my smile line, but its main purpose is for eyeshadow primer and concealer and it did nothing for those things. So this just isn't enough for me to really recommend to anyone right now, but if there is anyone who has had better luck with this than I have, do let me know down in the comments below, how have you got this to work for you? Because I really am curious, I really wanna make this work. So let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Thank you guys, bye.